Hey everyone, my name is Eric Johnson, Strength and Conditioning Specialist and Neuro Exercise Specialist here at Movement Revolution. Today's video is going to be discussing home exercises and mobility exercises to get us ready for the golf season. So here in the Midwest, weather's finally getting nice enough to get out there on the course and get a few swings in. And these exercises today are specifically built for people that are affected by neurological conditions such as Parkinson's disease, stroke, MS, things of that nature, and addressing the muscle groups that are commonly tight and impact the mobility of someone living with one of these conditions. I'm still looking to get back out on the golf course this year. These exercises should really help open up your mobility, open up your body, and get you ready to swing with a little more freedom. Commonly, a lot of the difficulties that we see with a lot of trunk rigidity or lack of range of motion in the trunk and the rotation that significantly affects the golf swing, along with some tightness and immobility in your hips. As we know, that weight shift and that weight transfer slightly from right to left hip as we go through the golf swing, really, really important. This will be a series of a couple different videos. This one is specifically exercises that we recommend that you do at home prior to going to the golf course or on a daily basis to manage your mobility. And then we'll have another follow-up video with some tips and tricks on what you can do while at the course, during your round, at the range, so on and so forth. So let's get right into it. The only thing you're going to need for today is a mat or a carpeted area on your floor. Have a golf club or something else to maintain your stability in case you need it. And we will also be using it for a couple of different exercises to help work on some upper body range of motion. But have a club or something like a club, a broomstick or something like that nearby, so we can work on some of these mechanics. We're going to start on the ground. So if you need a chair to help you get down onto the ground, make sure you have that ready and handy. But we're going to start on your back. So these are all stretches and what we call active mobility exercises that are really meant to help open up the muscles associated with our swing. So we're going to start on your back. This is a trunk rotation stretch with an arm sweep. So we're going to be opening up the hips, the lower back, the upper body, and the arms, all with one stretch. All right, so we're going to be starting flat on your back. Okay, find a comfortable spot on the mat, arms down at your side to start, legs nice and straight. All right, one thing I want you to do to start off with is pulling your left knee up toward your chest. All right, hug that knee up, kind of get a sense of what you're feeling here. You're feeling tightness in the back of the hips. If so, there are a couple other stretches that are going to help you with that. But what I want you to do is take that left leg and take your right hand on top of your knee. All right, so right hand on top of your left knee, and we're going to roll all the way over onto your right side. So we're going to bring that left knee down onto the floor, rolling all the way over onto your right side. So I'm looking to the wall onto my right side. Reach that left hand all the way over so it taps the floor out in front of you. So we want to extend that arm as much as possible. If you need something for your head, you can have a pillow or a foam roller or something like that underneath your head to help support your neck if you need it. All right, so we're lying on our right side. Left arm is extended out to the front. Your left knee is on the floor, and your right leg is straight. All right, what we're going to do is take a big deep breath in, and as you exhale, open that left arm up, rotate to the wall, back into your left, and look over that left shoulder. Okay, the objective here is to keep that left knee on the floor as best you can, and open up that left arm back toward the wall, looking at that hand as you open up. Okay, take one more deep breath here. And bring that arm all the way back over, rotating back onto your right side. So where do we feel that? Maybe in the chest and shoulders, maybe in the lower back, maybe in that left hip. Pay attention on this one. Okay, we're going to open that arm back up, looking over that left shoulder. Okay, and I want you to hold this for 3 deep breaths, in through your nose and out through your mouth, looking at that left hand. Let's see if we can get that left arm and shoulder a little closer to the floor. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. Good. Let's come back over to that starting position. Left hand reaches all the way out. Okay. As you can tell, this whole stretch opens up your chest and your shoulders while keeping your hips stationary. So that golf swing requires a lot of trunk rotation, a lot of rotation through your shoulders. This is a great one to what we call disassociate your lower body from your upper body, creating a lot more mobility through your trunk. It's also help you kind of get in and out of bed a little bit easier, things of that nature. So on this one, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to open that arm all the way up. Okay? And when we're there, we're going to hold that. When we inhale, I want you to reach your hand back up toward your ear to that wall behind you. And the goal here is to keep that arm as low to the floor as you can. If you can't get there, that's fine. Just do the best you can. So you're inhaling, so that arm is all the way extended back behind you, and your bicep is right up next to your ear. As you exhale, you're going to sweep that arm around back down to your hips, like you're tucking your butt. Okay? Inhaling back up, sweeping that arm all the way back around. So you can kind of tap yourself in the back of your head there. Try to get that elbow low to the floor. And then sweep it all the way back around. You should feel a really good stretch through your shoulder, through your chest. If it's painful at any portion of that rotation, don't push through that pain. Pause at that level where you start to feel discomfort, and then just come right back down. Let's do this one more time, all together. Inhale, rotate all the way up. Exhale, all the way back down. All right, let's come back up. Hopefully that's feeling pretty good. All right, we're going to go do the same thing on the other side. And you may notice that one side is more mobile and more loose than the other. That's totally natural, totally normal. All right, let's start by lying flat on your back, bringing that right knee up toward your chest, hugging that knee up, again, kind of getting a sense how loose are my hips, how hard is it for me to pull that knee up. Maybe you feel a little stretch in the front of the quads here. Okay, take one deep breath in, and we're going to rotate that right knee over to your left side. Deep breath in and rotate. So we're rolling all the way over onto your left side. That right knee should be on the ground or as close to the ground as you can get it. Your left hand is on that right knee, and that right arm reaches straight up over toward the ceiling, straight up overhead toward the ceiling. You're going to take that right hand, reach it over to the left side. Okay, and then we're going to open up, looking at that hand, following that hand as you open up and rotate all the way back over to the right. Okay, hold this for 3 deep breaths. Every exhale, you're relaxing into that stretch a little bit more. Looking over that right shoulder. Looking at that arm always creates more mobility in your chest, a little more active range of motion, and it helps with your cervical mobility as well. One more deep breath in and out. Let's bring that right arm all the way back over, roll onto your left side. If there's one stretch I recommend you guys doing, it's this one. Let's open back up. Hold it for 3 deep breaths. This stretch gets a lot of different muscle groups. If you only have time for one stretch before you go out and play, this is one of the best ones you can do. Gets the shoulder opened up, gets the chest, the lower back, the hips. One more deep breath. Good. Bring it back over. Rolling all the way back over onto your left side. We're going to do this again. We're going to do the arm sweeps this time. So open that arm all the way back out into that stretch, looking over that right shoulder. And again, as we inhale, same thing we did on the other side, you're going to raise that right arm up and overhead, trying to keep it as low to the floor as you can. All right. So inhale here, exhale. All the way back down, touching your hips behind you. Again, you want to try to keep that shoulder low and the arm low as you inhale up. And exhale. All the way back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale all the way up. And exhale all the way down. Very good. Let's roll back onto your back. All right. You're going to bend your knees up this time. Feet about hip width apart to start off with. Then we're going to bring those feet close together. Okay. So bring your feet close together. This is called a butterfly stretch. So this is meant to open up the hip adductors. All right. Once we're done with that last stretch, this is a really easy one to get into. Okay. Let's open those knees up. It's a butterfly stretch. So you're going to take those knees and try to open them up down toward the ground. Feet placed together. You can take the hands and just place them on your thighs here just to add a little bit of gravity and a little bit of resistance, kind of helping those legs relax down. Hip adductors tend to get really, really tight for a lot of our clients with neurological conditions. So just opening up the hips in general helps you move more freely through that swing. So I'd say the two main focuses for this video are opening up the trunk and opening up the hips. Really, really important. So while you're here, you should feel a stretch maybe in the groin, maybe down through those inner thighs a little bit. And what I invite you to start doing is just kind of a gentle rock from right to left. Kind of pushing that right knee lower to the floor, pushing the left knee lower to the floor, all while trying to keep those hips opened up. So that roll starts to come in more from your butt, not just your leg. So we don't want to pick one leg up and push over to the other side. Okay, it comes from your butt. Your knees stay wide and try to roll your left butt cheek over to the floor and then the right. Okay, keeping those knees wide. And you should feel that stretch in the groin a little bit more as you roll to the one side. Okay, let's do one more twist and roll from side to side. Bring those feet back together, keeping those knees wide. Hold this for 2 more deep breaths. Nice. All right, let's come on up slowly to the hands and knees. And so this stretching exercise video and this mobility video is a little bit longer than the one that we're going to do for the course. These exercises are really meant to help open up your body, not just for golf, but for everything else. And one of the things that we recommend for a lot of our clients golfing or newly diagnosed with Parkinson's or things of that nature, rigidity and tightness tends to be one of the primary symptoms that we see. So a daily stretching routine really, really helps. And if nothing else, this is a great one to do just to stretch every day. It's going to help your golf swing, but it's going to help you move a lot better throughout the day as well. So we're going to come up onto your hands and knees. All right. So this is what we call a tall kneel position. Okay. So if you're on your hands and knees, bring your hands up and off the ground. All right. Into what we call a tall kneeling position. So if you can see me here, my hips are stacked right over my knees and my shoulders are right over my hips. Sometimes this is a hard position to get into if either one, we have weaker glutes or we have really tight hips. So if you need that golf club to help you get a little bit taller into that position, I recommend putting kind of like the butt of the handle on the ground, hold the top of the club, and then lift your hips up toward the club. If you feel a stretch here, great. All right. But the whole goal here is to open up the front side of the hips and activate the back side of the hips. So this is what it looks like from the front. Okay. Arms are straight out in front, hips pulled forward, posture's up nice and tall. If you don't need that club, still have the club and just hold it down right by your hips. We're going to do what's called a power up from this position. The whole emphasis here is to work on posture. Again, opening up the hips. We're going to come all the way down toward the floor. Okay, and then we're going to power up, driving both arms straight up and overhead. All right, let's come back down. And as the arms come up, the hips come forward. Let's power up. Hips come forward, arms up. Look up at that club. Okay, look up nice and tall, trying to get your arms as straight as possible. All right, and back down. One more time here. Big power up. Hips forward, chest up. Arms up, looking up and trying to, if you can do this in front of a mirror, awesome, great. Okay, try to make sure both arms are extending up just as high as the other. All right? Sometimes that one elbow gets a little bent, okay, or doesn't extend up all the way. Try to get that arm fully extended on both sides. Now from here, what you can do, okay, I'm going to take my right arm. It's going to pull my left arm slightly over to my right side. So using that club to give you a little bit of leverage, and now I'm feeling a really good stretch from my left elbow all the way down through my shoulder and my armpit. Okay, so gently pull there, trying to keep both arms straight. Try not to bend that elbow, trying to keep both arms nice and straight. Let's come back up to the center. Let's bring that club back down to the chest. Now we're going to go up again, but now this time the left arm is going to pull the right arm. Okay. Well, again, both arms stay straight. Left arm is pulling the right. Trying to keep that arm, the right arm in line with your ear. All right. So we want to get fully extended up nice and tall. Let's come back down and bring the arms down. Now let's go into a little rotation. So when we swing the golf club, right? I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of disassociation from your shoulders to your hips, unless you're going through that follow through. In that backswing, we want to have a lot of rotation through your shoulders and lifting through the arms as you're following through. Same, but we come through the hips just a little bit more. So we've already opened up the shoulders and the trunk with that exercise on the ground. Now let's kind of simulate that golf club. I recommend holding, I have a pitching wedge here, holding the head of the club and then holding somewhere up by the grip. All right. I'm a righty, so I'm going to go into my backswing, coming here, and then following through, coming here. This is not meant for speed. You don't want to practice your swing from here necessarily. It's to open up the shoulder and the trunk muscles that help you with your swing. So I'm going to rotate to my right. My right arm is going to be assisting the left arm. All right, so the goal here is to get that left arm fully opened up through the backside of the shoulder. My right arm is going to pull up. I'm going to rotate, and that right arm is actively lifting the left. All right, that left arm wants to stay straight. Okay, and then you're coming down to the center, pause, and then you're going up, now up to the left. My left arm is pulling the right arm. Okay, so you notice how my shoulders rotate a little bit as well. That right arm stays nice and straight and coming back down. Okay, keep your butt tight, keep your abdominals tight as you go into that rotation. Okay, so let's go back up and to the left. I'm sorry, up and to the right. I'm sorry, up and to the right. I'm pulling with my right arm. I'm extending through my left arm. My right arm is pulling my left arm. Come back down to the center. And now my left arm is going to pull my right arm up and across. Very good. Let's come back down. If that's easier for you to do, okay, one thing I recommend is we can come up into what we call a half kneel. So one leg is up to the front. I'm kind of going at an angle here, okay? Being in this position is going to help get a little more leverage and drive and stability down through the leg that the knee is touching the floor. So right now, that's my left leg. Okay? I can drive that right knee forward. That's going to give me a better stretch on that left hip. And I'm just going to do a trunk rotation from here. So maintaining the shoulders up nice and tall. Again, I'm going to rotate to my right. My right arm is going to help facilitate more rotation to that right side. Looking at that right arm as you rotate to the right, coming back to the center. Now going to the left. Left arm pulls that right arm a little bit more. Okay, keeping that posture up nice and tall. Let's come back down and switch sides. All right, so left leg up. Okay, push that left knee forward, squeezing your butt on the right side. You might feel a big stretch or a little stretch on the front side of that right hip. Okay, so that posture remains nice and tall. Shoulders stacked right over the hips. Arms straight out to the front. I'm going to rotate toward my forward leg first, over my left side. That left arm is going to pull the right into that rotation, looking over that left shoulder. This also requires a little bit of balance. All right, so it warms up some of those balance muscles associated with that golf swing that we need as well. Pull the arms back out to the front. Now right arm pulls that left arm, looking over that right shoulder. Okay. Now one more tip with this one in particular. Let's go back to the right leg up. Let's switch sides. As I'm rotating, so this time I want to rotate away from that forward leg. So we're going to rotate to your left first. As you rotate to the left, what tends to happen is that right leg, that right knee wants to come with you, right? What I want you to try to do is actively push that right knee away from the club. So as we go into that rotation, okay, as we go into that twist, you're rotating to the left, your knee pushes out to the right. All right, ready? Knee pushes to the right, arms go left. And back to the center. Try that one more time. Rotate to the left, knee goes to the right. Good. Come back down. Switch sides for me. Okay. What that does, it helps open up that hip again. Okay. It helps open up some of those adductors, works on some of those lateral glute needs that we need for balance and strength through your swing. So left leg is up. All my strength is in my right hip. You're going to rotate to the right, pushing that left knee to the left. So rotate right, pushing that left knee left. Okay, come back to the center. Try that again for me. Okay, rotate, looking over that left shoulder, left knee. I'm sorry, over that right shoulder, left knee goes out. Good. Come back to the center and relax. All right, let's make our way up and off the ground for one more final stretch. Use that club if you need it. Okay, come back up, nice and tall. Shake those legs out a little bit. Last and final one, and this one will kind of carry over into the next video, something you can do at the course or just even throughout the day. We've opened up the trunk, we've opened up the hips, all right? We needed, one muscle group we didn't touch was really the hamstrings, and those tend to get really tight when if you're walking the course or walking long distances. Definitely recommend doing some stretches for the hamstrings and the calf, which will be in the next video. But a quick preview here, and just a good one to do every day. Feet about shoulder width apart. You're going to take that club, reach it all the way down toward the floor, and let that club kind of pull you down. Tuck that chin down into your chest, pushing those knees back. So you make sure you don't want to bend at the knees as you squat down there. It's not a squat. It's a good stretch in the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs. Tuck your chin down. Take one more deep breath here. Slowly rise up. Slowly, so that blood pressure kind of reacclimates. And then we bring those arms straight up overhead. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale. Coming all the way down toward the floor. Okay, let that club pull you a little bit lower toward your feet. Tuck your chin down, let your head hang low. Slowly make your way back up. Very nice. All right, you guys. That is an at-home mobility workout to help you with your golf swing, along with your other daily activities. I hope you find this helpful. Tune into our next video, or look for the next video. That's going to be more on the course exercises for your hands to help with your putting, for range of motion and just general mobility as you're out playing your round. So again, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist and neuro exercise specialist. We are not golf pros here. We know a lot about the body's movements, how they relate to sport and exercise, along with neurological conditions. So I hope you find this video helpful. Please, definitely tune in to our Revolution on Demand videos for other videos that are going to be very helpful for core strength, mobility, intensive exercise, all things of that nature. So what we like to say here is think big, move strong, never quit, go out, hit them straight, not too often. Have a good day.